with two amazing people who understand your finances. The primary goal of this campaign is to equip all of us, especially the consumers of financial services, with the capacity to act in our own best interest, given this very unique socio-economic environment and conditions that we find ourselves in. So we're looking to, through this conversation, empower all consumers with the requisite knowledge, attitude, and skills and behavior that we need to be able to manage our finances properly. So we're going to be talking about savings, we're going to be talking about loans, we're also going to be talking about our pensions. And for those of us who think that we shouldn't be concerned about our pensions because we are not 50 years old yet, you might want to think again. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the studio. I'm joined by Mr. Chinibua Kodua. He's Executive Secretary of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies. And also this lovely lady here with me is Rosina Akrofi from the National Pensions Regulatory Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, Akwaba.
Thank you.
Good. We thank God. So we are in difficult times. We all know it. Every morning, every day, the conversation goes on about how tough times are right now. Why is this campaign necessary at this time?
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers and listeners, and good morning to Ghana and the world at large. You realize that flowing from 2017 coming, there's been a lot of reforms going on in the financial sector, which led to some institutions losing their license to operate, and some depositors, some other investors also going through a lot of issues. So the government saw the need to educate its citizens, to let its citizens understand what is happening, and also for individuals and corporate bodies to take our decisions. So any decision that we need to take it with an informed decision. So flowing from that one, there's a need for us to let people know what exactly to do. Even if you want to save, you want to do any business with any financial institution, be it a banking institution, pensions, insurance, capital market, you need to be informed so that you do not take unnecessary risk. So,
is it possible for all of us to save and invest in these times? Well, realistically, the minimum wage is what, 14 cedis, 88 pesos now, right?
Exactly.
Some people earn less than that. There are people who earn 800 cedis, 700 cedis a month. You take trotro to work, you buy food, you take trotro back home. Nowadays it's 101 or 010. No breakfast, lunch, and then no dinner. So you eat once a day, and then you go back home. You take trotro, you pay your light bill, electricity bill, you pay school fees. You might get sick, you go to the hospital. Realistically, for people, even if you earn 2,000 Ghana cedis in Ghana now, realistically, the 2,000 Ghana cedis would be, it's almost impossible to survive on it if you're paying for, just your necessaries, the things you need to survive, let alone save and invest. Yeah. Is it possible for everyone to do this?
Thank you very much. To save is an individual decision. It's just like saying that because of the pressure in the environment, is it possible for everybody to sleep? Some will sleep, some will not sleep. If you want to sleep, you will sleep. So I want to bring it to the savings. Savings should be an attitude, an individual decision. And just as you were mentioning, you fall sick, you need money. What if you fall sick at a time that there is no money? You need to fall on something. And so even if you look at our olden days or even in our traditional setting, you realize that in our communities, our farmers always will be saving. When they cultivate the corn, they will save some on the shed. When they cultivate the yam, you see that they'll cut the head and put it somewhere for another day. And so savings should not be something that somebody should push you to do, but see the need for it. Challenges these days has to do with where should I save? How should I do it? And our advice is that save at the time, any time. Do it as one of your expenditure. Savings should be seen as an expenditure. Just like somebody will say that I want to buy cement anytime I get my salary, or anytime I go to the market and I get anything, I'll put something somewhere so that I can buy the cement. Do it like that. And there are different instruments. And one will ask, where should I go? There are a lot of financial institutions, but in Ghana here, if that institution has not been licensed by Bank of Ghana or Securities and Exchange Commission, please, you don't send your money there.
How can I know if they've been licensed by Bank of Ghana or the Security and Exchange Commission?
Very simple. You'll see they will have a license. 2, as part of institutions that are supposed to take people's money, they are supposed to display their interest rate at their banking halls. You go and it is not there, run away.
So when I go to the banking hall, I should look on the walls and look for a certificate of incorporation.
Correct. Look for another certificate from Bank of Ghana.
Okay.
Look for a certificate from Deposit Protection Corporation, which means they can take deposits.
Okay.
Look for whether there is a complaint resolution mechanism in place there. Look for whether they have published their accounts.
How can I look for that?
They by law, they are supposed to display them on their walls.
The published accounts?
Yes. Audited accounts.
Audited accounts.
Exactly.
So there must be a certificate of sort.
So
how many things are we looking for?
Okay, so 1 is their certificate that they are a business.
Okay.
2, that they have been licensed.
Okay.
3, that their accounts have been audited and they have displayed it on the wall.
Okay.
4, that there is a number or there is a procedure that if you have a complaint, you should follow. We call it recourse mechanism in place or complaints resolution framework. The next thing is that their interest rates, how much are they taking and how much if they are lending. Okay. All those interest rates. These are indicators that if you avoid any of them, it tells you there's a problem.
How about the small susu collection agencies and there are in the marketplaces and in the hoods, there are these small institutions, so to speak, who collect money and it rotates, it's your turn, they give the money to you. They are not necessarily, or I don't know, are they licensed to do what they do? Because it's one of the ways through which our mothers and our grandmothers in the neighborhood, in the markets, are able to save money and even invest, so to speak.
Yeah, thank you. What you just described, there are 2 kinds, or let me say 3. 1 is those that are in the formal institutions like the savings, the loans, the banks, the microfinance companies, the rural banks, the finance houses. They are in one category. Then there's one other category called the susu collectors. For them, it is individually owned and they do it like enterprise.
Yes.
So you contribute over a month, they will take 1, they will give the rest to you.
To you, yeah.
Now, what you described as we, the 3 of us, are contributing, and then at the end of the period, we share. That one is not regulated. We call it self-help groups. So when anything happens between the 3 of us and the money doesn't come, you cannot complain to anybody. It is the 3 of you that decided. So it's self-help groups. So if you belong to such thing, when you go to our villages, in Ghana here, our literature call it village savings and loans associations. And there are a lot of them dotted across the country, thousands of them. It is individually owned or is their own volition.
So if the collector decides to run away with your money, you are saying there's no recourse for you in law?
No.
0?
Yes.
So if you decide to enter such an agreement, you must be careful.
You just must be careful because it is the people.
So it's not recommended.
So we can't say it's not recommended. Why? Because it is also another means that people use to save, because you send your money to where you trust. And people trust themselves in the community, market people, at the workplace. It is about trust. But it is just that as we speak now, there's a project that is ongoing that we want to identify all of them and link them to formal financial institutions so that they can be supported and helped. But if you decide to go by that route without coming to the formal financial system and there's any problem, And currently, there is something going on.
What's going on?
Some people have started registering cooperatives and collecting susu.
Yes.
And selling shares.
Yes.
Please, this is a warning to everybody. If that cooperative does not belong to Ghana Susu Cooperatives, Collectors Cooperatives Association, called GASCA, or they do not belong to Ghana Credit Unions Association, KUA,
don't associate.
please run away because you don't have any protection now.
All right, thank you. That's very important information. Now, let's talk about saving for our old age, pensions. There was a time in my life when I thought that the only time I needed to worry about pensions was when I was like after 50 years, so then we figure it out. You know, because when you're in your 20s, you don't even think about pensions.
Exactly.
Please educate us. At which point in our lives should we be concerned about our pensions?
Thank you very much. So as TK has already said,
TK?
It's like, yeah, I call him TK.
I see.
Bella, so as he has already said, I mean, this kind of, we are talking about money.
Yes.
And financial literacy, of course. I mean, how do you save to take care of yourself tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes. People actually think that for pensions, just like you were thinking, oh, it is when you are matured in age that you think about pensions. But pensions are a very secure way of financial security. That is to say that the 3-tier pension came so that we all will have a better pension.
What is a 3-tier
The
pension?
3-tier pension scheme has, as the name implies, has a first tier, second tier, third tier. And this 3-tier pension scheme has the first tier as the basic social security scheme, which is managed by SNIT. Okay. So you realize that people, when you talk of 3-tier scheme, they will ask you, oh, so what is, where is SNIT in this? And that kind of thing. But it is part of it. The restructured SNIT takes care of the first tier, which is a basic social security scheme, which gives one a monthly pension when one goes on retirement.
Okay.
Secondly, the occupational or work-based scheme, which is the second tier, referred to as the second tier, is what gives one the lump sum.
Okay.
Okay, so previously we have SNIT paying you the monthly pension and then again the lump sum. But now we have the lump sum being decoupled from SNIT and being put in the hands of private managers we call corporate trustees, managing the second tier. And if your contributions, as we all know, 18% of your contributions, 18.5% goes into your first and second tier. So 13.5 will go to SNIT, and then 5% will go to your second tier, which is the occupational work-based scheme, which will inform your lump sum bit.
Okay.
Okay. So these two schemes are mandatory schemes. So if you work in the formal sector, it means that the first and second tiers are very mandatory. You have to contribute whether you like it or not. We have a third tier scheme, which is called the Voluntary Provident Fund and the group or personal pension schemes, which is also one for those in the informal sector.
Okay, let's talk about those in the informal sector.
Okay.
We know that, you know, it's easy for you, for us in the formal sector really, to have the SNIT or pension contributions made for us. But for farmers and carpenters and fishermen and so on who are watching us, or other people, traders who are not in the formal sector, how can they contribute towards their pension?
Thank you, Bella. Bella, you see...
My name is
this,
Na.
Na? Oh, okay. Sorry, Na.
It's okay.
So, for those in the informal sector, just like you have mentioned, farmers, carpenters, artisans, you know, trotro drivers, taxi drivers, and so on and so forth, they all belong to the informal sector. And these people have the privilege of also contributing to pensions so that tomorrow when they are of age and they're not working any longer, they will also have something to rely on.
Yes.
That third tier, we have what is called the personal pension and the group pension schemes. Of course, those schemes are also optional for those in the formal sector, but basically those in the informal sector have to take grabs of that
How
one.
can they register for this?
They can register for it. Let me land a bit.
Okay.
This 30-year scheme, this personal or group pension schemes, you can all go in. Anybody's pure water seller, whoever you are, you can go and join the scheme. How it's worked is that you can contribute any amount that you want to contribute at the end of the month or a week, a day, whatever you have to contribute, you can put into this scheme. And then these contributions are divided into two portions, one into a savings account and the other one into a retirement account. Okay. So a situation where you want some money to enhance your business or to put into something, beneficial during your working life, you can always fall on the savings account. But the retirement account is kept for one until retirement. Then you can make use of the retirement account. You can always get our corporate trustees who are ready to talk to you, advise you, and to give you all the options available to get into, or you sign up onto this 30-year scheme.
How do you sign up?
Yes, I'm getting there.
Okay.
So we have these trustees on our website. You ask that those in the informal sector will not be able to go to website, but I promise you, don't be mistaken. Okay. They can also go to the website, NPRA website, and go and look for these people. It is when you get to our website, it is just there that these are registered or licensed corporate trustees. So they are the first point of call to sign up onto pensions. Again, you can call NPRA. NPRA, we are located on the SU Towers. If you are in Accra, we have regional offices in Kumasi, Takoradi, we have Tema, we have Koforidua, we have Tamale, Sunyani, of course. We have offices there where you can walk in there for any assistance. So if you can't go to the website, you can always call NPRA, and our contact is 0302 968692. 0302 968692.
Thank you so much.
That is
I think in one presentation, you've been able to give us all the information we need to know about our pensions. I was very keen on knowing about, how people in the informal sector can also make sure that their pensions, have been secured before they end their working life.
Exactly.
So thank you for the insights. Now, back to Chinebua Kodua. You've talked to us about savings and so on, but a lot of small business owners look to taking loans to be able to, further their business and so on. Are there any regulations that we need to be mindful of, or can I go to any financial institution and ask for a loan?
Thank you very much. Now, in Ghana here, our laws say that for you to give loans, you should be licensed by Bank of Ghana.
Okay.
So anyone who gives loans as a business should be licensed by Bank of Ghana. There are some people who have come these days that they are on the internet with apps that they are granting loans with no regulations. Those who are licensed by Bank of Ghana will protect your data. Two, when they cheat you in any way, you have a way of getting remedy. The next thing is that have a relationship with a dedicated financial institution. And there are banks, there are savings and loans, rural banks, microcredit, credit unions, microfinance, and a whole lot that gives loans. The next thing is that check your documentation. There are a lot of businesses, they are not getting the needed loans because they don't have proper documents. Put your documents in place. Whatever you buy, you sell, whatever, keep a record of it. The next thing is also that if somebody asks you to be a guarantor, please, a guarantor means you are the collateral, you are the security. If the person doesn't pay, you are to pay. So when somebody asks you that, go and guarantee for me, ask well. The next thing is also that when you take a loan, please, you have to pay. Because failure to pay your loan, your name will be on the Credit Reference Bureau in Ghana here. You can be denied a visa. You can be denied serving on a board or any good institution. You can't be denied of any benefits that come with it. So those of us who have taken loans some people have taken loans on their mobile monies, and they have thrown the mobile, the SIM. Some
They've
people have
chewed
even
it.
chewed the SIM. You have not gotten out of it. Your
So
data is still there.
You are saying that for those who owe quick credit, quick
Yes,
loan,
yes.
and they have not paid, their name will be on the creditors list.
Is there?
What is the name of the list?
We have what we call credit reference bureaus.
Credit Reference Bureau.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your time.
Can I have a last word?
Chidibu Akode, yes, final word in 1 minute.
So as I was saying, I mean, pensions are a secure way of financial security for your future. So therefore, every one of us, being in the formal sector, pensions have been made so easy for us to be able to enhance it, okay? So that tomorrow when we go on retirement, we should be able to get something to support ourselves. If you rely on the mandatory schemes alone, it wouldn't help you. But
Okay.
of course, you have to also do the optional ones, which is the third tier. Again, for those in the informal sector, yesterday we had the opportunity to collaborate with the Presbyterian churches. We
Okay.
were in all Presbyterian churches to do our Pension Sunday. And of course, the moderator encouraged all people in the informal sector to be part of this. Of course, sign up for pensions so that tomorrow your
Woda
life would
Chinti.
not be Woda Chinti. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. I've been talking to Rosina Akofi from the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, and also to Chinebu Akode Abuachi, the Executive Secretary of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies. I think we've had a very, very insightful conversation. Thank you so much for coming and for sharing. And interestingly, my major takeout from this was, if you owe, please pay. Otherwise, it will get in the way of your progress in future. Those of you who have taken MTN quick loan and you don't want to pay, pay, okay? Pay. All right. All right. So for those of you who owe, this is an opportunity to make some money to pay. Cash out. Dial *439# now, and you could win 1,000 Ghana cedis immediately. All right. Our first winner, 3, 2, 1, stop. There you go. 0534067 ****. If that's your number, you've just won 1,000 Ghana cedis. Check your balance. All right. Next one for the morning. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, stop. 0240620 ****. Check your balance now. 1,000 Ghana cedis has landed for you this morning. And we're also going to be giving away 2,000 Ghana cedis before the show ends. So you can play now. Dial *439#. Shortly, I'm going to be joined by our ladies from the Ghana's Most Beautiful House. Who wins this year's Ghana's Most Beautiful? We have 5 ladies in the house currently. If your favorite delegate is out, it's all right. You can support the 5 who are in the house now. Vote for your favorite and ensure that she remains in the competition. Last week, this weekend, we saw our 5 delegates as they gave us a good recap of their journey so far. They'll join us shortly. Stay tuned.